It's a very emotional problem. You know, it's probably the most bothersome dermatologic disorder in the world. And patients are a bit ashamed of it.
Hyperhidrosis is a condition that causes excessive sweating.
I've had it come down all the way down to here.
Right.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
What we offer patients can really have a significant impact on the quality of their lives.
Okay.
Welcome, Anthony, to the Toronto Sweat Clinic.
Hello.
Nice
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Anthony, I guess.
I'm Marianne.
Yeah.
I wouldn't shake hands.
Okay. That's cool.
So I'm going to do the starch iodine test. Compare your hands to Marianne's hands.
Yeah, so I typically see a patient who has done so many things in their lives trying to fight hyperhidrosis.
It is a gigantic deal.
Yeah.
It's like living with a big cloud over my head.
Yeah.
I'm getting emotional.
Their entire lifestyle revolves around their hyperhidrosis and how they behave, the occupation they choose, the sports they play.
So I'm literally just going to paint your hand
Okay.
with iodine, and I have to let it dry.
I'm very grateful that you're sharing this with us because it's I know it's tough. So.
I figured might as well go all the way. Some
Yeah.
people are too afraid to talk about it.
So the cornstarch and the iodine react.
They can only react if they're in the presence of moisture.
Of
like
moisture,
okay.
correct.
Okay, yeah, I can see it's already a little bit dark.
Oh.
It's like almost going on black.
Exactly.
A little bit of the difference.
A little bit?
Okay, maybe a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's dripping now.
We do know that it's genetically passed down, and the patterns are typically the same, and their responses to treatment are also quite similar. Hi, Mariana, how are you doing?
Good, how are
I
you?
would shake your hands, but I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for tomorrow?
I am so ready for tomorrow.
It's an
Okay.
exciting moment.
Yeah,
It's going to
can't
change your
wait,
life.
For sure.
It's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to do the operation. And it's instantaneous. I mean, within a few seconds, your hands will become dry. Wow. You'll wake up in the recovery room, bone dry, and that should stay dry for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All right. High five.
High five.
Yeah.
Let's get this off.
Yeah. There's a tiny little nerve in the chest cavity called the sympathetic nerve that is really the culprit for hyperhidrosis. So by cauterizing that nerve, we reduce that sympathetic drive to these sweat glands, and that causes the sweat glands to stop sweating.
Then after that, you'll be a new person, a new woman.
I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
We're good to go? Okay. The patient is brought into the operating room and given a general anesthetic. We put a 5mm telescope into the space between the lungs and the rib cage. We identify the nerve, which sits on top of the third and fourth rib. We isolate it, and then we just cauterize it on top of the rib. 4% of thermoregulation occurs in these areas. The rest of your body is able to compensate quite easily to thermoregulate. You have more than enough sweat glands to compensate to keep temperature at the proper number. So we're going to cut the sympathetic nerve on top of the third rib, and now we're going to do it on top of the fourth rib. That's it. I would say my hyperhidrotic patients are the most grateful category of patients that I operate on because it is a transformative operation. It allows them to hold hands with their partners. It allows them to take that promotion that requires shaking people's hands. It allows them to stand in front of an audience and not be worried about sweating in their armpits. It really does change the path of someone's life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind. You're worth loving, Marianne. You're worth loving.
So what would you say the biggest change since the surgery is?
I would definitely say I sweat differently now. I don't wake up and just start sweating for no reason. There have been ups and downs. The first thing, like my hands were dry and they've been dry since I woke up from surgery. The one thing that's taking time to get used to is the compensatory sweating. So like...
Okay, meaning that you sweat different places than you had
Yes.
before.
I did talk to the doctor about it and he said that it should like settle down within a few months, regardless of like the new stuff you have to deal with. It's still so worth it. I have this image in my head. When I was in grade 7, one day I decided to wear a red tank top. I remember my underarm stains went to my hip. And you're in grade 7. This is embarrassing. You'll get bullied for this. And my feet started sweating too because I'm nervous now. What if people see? And I'm going on my shoes. That's how I used to live. And now I can actually wake up and I can somewhat wear what I want, you know? And like I'm wearing a pink, bright shirt.
I know. It's a very cool shirt.
I couldn't do this before.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
Or,
I declare a thumb war.
It's like, yeah.
Whatever.